Hey guys, and welcome to Janet Being Janet. Okay, so I'm about to go ahead and go back in time to when Amberlynn had a dietitian. And I know there's a lot of people that already know about this, but y'all don't know my take on it now, do you? So I want to start from the beginning to the end, if y'all don't mind, and just make it one complete video, and y'all just follow along with me. Does that sound like fun? Yeah, my shirt says sleep because sometimes I fall asleep when I'm watching her and she bores me. But we're going to make sure this one goes kind of good. All right? That's what we're gonna do. Hit play.
Game. I'm just kidding. I actually have Burger King. So in this video, I'm going to be eating Trisha Paytas inspired, but it's so funny. Like, I'm gonna title it that, like Trisha Paytas inspired, but honestly, that's what I always was eating from Burger King. Was the exact same thing. The spicy, actually you'll see.
Alright, we want to take note first thing out of the bat that her dress is on backwards. It took her a while to understand that she was wearing that dress backwards, but she liked the chest piece. Doesn't matter where it's supposed to go on you.
I got diet soda. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna be eating, obviously, but I'm also going to be reading comments. So, we have our cheesy tots.
I wonder if she picked the comments back then the same way she does now. If I'm not mistaken, I think she does.
It comes with 8 of them. Yeah, comes with 8 little buggers right there. What are you having, babe?
Dairy Queen.
She's having Dairy Queen. I was like, do you want to be in the mukbang with me? And she was like, no.
Alright guys, now y'all listen up, okay? Y'all don't go nowhere. This right here gets kind of boring, but she is going to be eating as well, and we all know how she eats. So we're just going to have to just power through this together, okay? That's what me and you are going to do at this point in time, okay?
It's okay. And then we have a spicy sandwich.
Girl, why are you trying to sound like Nikocado? We both know that you can't pull those kinds of numbers.
Okay. Oh my god. And no, I'm not a troll. Oh my god, that's like a new thing.
Yes, ma'am, you are a troll, and that movie that they made about trolls, you should have been in it.
Amberlynn's trolling. Okay, so there is tomato. So no, I can't do it. I can't do raw tomato. Okay, so. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm like ready. I'm hungry.
Oh, that right there tells you she chooses her own thumbnails sometimes because she wants to make it just outlandish as possible.
Okay. And now let's read comments for my newest video, which I know is going to be harsh. But I have grown to have some tough skin, let me tell you.
Yeah, kind of like you like to go into other reactors' comments and leave your 2 cents in there because we both know your skin is not made of leather.
And I'm actually very proud of myself for that. So, the last video I uploaded was the spaghetti mukbang. That just went up today, a few hours ago. So, first comment I see is from Madison Mukbang, and she says, "Stop it, get some help." I'm happy that's actually the first comment I see because
you picked it and you have a story to tell us that we all aren't going to believe.
I have a dietitian, y'all.
And there you go, guys. This is the video that started it all.
As I eat this. Yeah. As I eat this. So, you guys have been telling me, get help, get a dietitian. Why don't you have a dietitian? You have a therapist, why don't you have a dietitian? You've been to the doctor, why don't you have a dietitian? You have money, why don't you have a dietitian? You're fat, why don't you have a dietitian? I have one now.
Back when she talked with food in her mouth and all you'd see is it going around. Yeah, remember those days?
What are you doing?
Put the movie back in the room.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, about what should I like?
Wow, I'm so dumb. Sometimes I'll repeat myself. Or like, someone will say something to me and then I'll repeat what they said.
It's because you're like a parrot and you mock people and then you want to take on their personality.
Like, why do I do that?
I think so, man.
So, yeah, I have a dietitian now and I want to talk about it more in a video, more of like plot points, what she's helping me with and what she told me to do. So, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, that dietitian don't know what she's doing, because when I saw the doctor, like everyone thought I was like going to a doctor in like a back alley. I don't even know. I don't even want to get into that. What, babe?
That's because it's Kentucky. They don't think we're, you know, sophisticated or anything.
It's because of how many times that you decided you wanted to go to the ER and try to get the diagnosis you wanted to get. Ain't nobody going to believe that you have a regular doctor that's going to tell you you can have what you want when you want it, because we all know that you won't be happy with that.
So, okay. Next comment is from someone named Amberlynn. Hello. They said, won't believe because she probably made it up. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even remember what I talked about in the video that I uploaded today. So, no idea. This one's kind of long. Queen of the 99. And they said, why? I am a nurse and I have written this before. I've cared for so many people that ate their way into the ICU. They chose food over life, the BS, BP, edema, respiratory infections, SOB, wounds that won't heal due to DM2, and I can go on. These patients were in their early 40s and younger. 30 is around the corner, and I really hope that you take care of yourself. Best of luck to you, Amber. Thank you for being sweet.
Yeah, but she's going to tear you down faster than ever.
Eric, your face. What are you doing? You just look weird.
Washing her and whatever she's doing. I don't know what she's doing.
Good. Mind your business, baby. Don't come over here. Let's see some of this. Those are mine.
Oh yeah, that's part of y'all's Christmas gift.
Yes, I'm listening.
Good to know things haven't changed. When she's on live stream, she doesn't pay attention to the camera, and now whenever she was on camera, she didn't pay attention to the camera.
I'll take this one.
Next comment is from Tedinator Cruz. Who else here legitimately believes that Amberlynn will end up bedbound? So, funny story is, sorry, Eric's behind me and doing weird things.
Behind you?
I mean, behind you!
See, it's absolutely annoying whenever you're trying to watch a video and they're not even talking to you, they're talking to everybody else around. That's why she needed to do it by herself.
I was like, no, I'm not.
What was it that I said last night, babe? I was like, oh yeah, there's neuro in this drink, when I meant to say melatonin. I just don't know how to talk.
I knew that.
It's the diabetes.
That's the diabetes.
Whatever.
So what time are you
What was I saying?
wanting to head out from there?
Oh yeah. So I've actually been walking more, moving more. My breathing's been better. So I feel like I'm actually doing a lot better. I just feel sad when people think I'm gonna be bedbound because it's never happened. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, lady, you only thought that. We all know that you became bedbound in what, 2019, I do believe it was?
What's the question I asked you?
I don't know what time.
Well, I'm just asking you, what time do you feel comfortable wanting to get there? Because I know we feel the same way.
Oh my god.
What time
Okay.
do you get there? Like 20 minutes
Next
early,
comment
20 minutes early?
from Tessa. I need to eat to survive, when in reality you need to stop eating to survive. Not quite, honey. You need to eat to survive. If I totally completely stopped eating, yeah, I'd lose weight. I could probably survive 2 weeks, but then I die.
Dr. Lynn, medicine woman, knows more about her daggone body than doctors do.
We live at that too, so that's all. Like, we'll head out probably a little bit earlier than you guys, and we gotta make some stops.
So, I think I'm done with those comments. Y'all harsh.
Thought you had really thick skin. What happened to that?
But it's what I've learned like when I first started YouTube, like if I got someone just telling me, oh, I don't like your earrings, that like broke my heart. Like I was like, why are they so mean? And now I just don't care about anything.
She said it right there. She doesn't care about anything, and you know it's everyone as well.
Like I'm just very numb to it all. I think that's why I do sometimes read the comments, because I just don't care. I don't.
Like, I don't get that way when I read them. I never felt that way.
Felt what way? Felt what way?
Like, something so small and so simple, like hurting me and breaking my heart.
I don't know. I started YouTube 5 years ago today, by the way.
But, like, I didn't feel that way.
It's my anniversary. Oh yeah, I cared. What, I'm 27, so I started YouTube when I was
22.
22. Oh yeah, I cared. I was so sensitive back then. Like YouTube has built my skin to be so tough.
No, ma'am, it has not. Why are you going over there and striking channels if it's already made you just such a thick heart, huh?
Like, the only thing, like, I feel whenever, like, I read comments, it's not even, like, trivial ones like that. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. It aggravates me to know.
Oh yeah, y'all get down there in that comment section and gripe me out for pausing it too soon. We all know how this goes. It's there for a reason. But you have to think about it. Back then, Eric was also a vlogger. And so he was one that would catch Amberlynn in the wild.
That, something that I've just always known and I've always felt, especially in the past working in retail, humans are just disgusting. I'm sorry, but that's what I truly believe. Humans are the most disgusting thing that, I know you don't believe in them, or not to get into that, but, like, that God ever made. Like, people try saying animals and this and that, and they attack each other. But look how they look out for each other, too, and their family. Like, they do it for the purpose of, like, living. We kill just for, like, sport. Like, we're mean to each other. We backstab each other. We don't care to screw over our friends, not only friends, but family, to steal off of them, lie. Like, we're just the most disgusting thing God ever put on this planet. I don't care, and I truly believe that.
Well, go ahead, Eric. Take over her entire vlog. We don't need to see her eat anyways.
Yeah,
I can't think of
some of us.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about for the whole race, like every person individually, but I'm saying, like,
Human.
as humans in general are compared to, like, animals. When say, oh, animals are so mean, they're so vicious, and they do this. No, they're pretty, like, if you leave them alone, they keep to themselves. They only eat for the purpose of living.
Mm-hmm.
We kill things just for, oh, I want some clothing, and I want this nice fur meats and all that. Like, we kill just to... Ugh.
Goodness gracious, we got him on a rant, didn't we?
My question is, if animals were intelligent enough, would they do the same thing?
I don't know. I mean, animals, they say that some animals are, like, intelligent just as human, or sometimes even superior. Like, dolphins are, like, supposed to be, like, how intelligent.
Very.
So that's I'm like, I don't know.
Sorry if you guys can't hear him, which I'm sure you probably can.
Oh yeah, we can hear him, and we can also see that you don't give two craps about your audience.
Because it looks like I'm just looking out into, like, space.
She did. She done that. I seen her.
Whatever.
She was sitting in her bedroom. I walked by and she was like, no TV on.
Oh, wait, that's
She was
true.
sitting there just like, I'm like, I was about to call you like, you need to come on me because she's like officially lost it. She was just sitting there in the bedroom just. It's like a scene like out of a horror movie, like when they got possessed or something. Like,
That's what you do when I'm gone.
you wait for me.
Pretty much.
Guys, don't you go a daggum place. We still got a ways to go. Y'all ain't gonna leave me here alone.
Anywho, so today, I hope no one clicked out of this video yet. So today,
How funny. I was kind of hoping the same thing watching you. They leave pretty fast sometimes.
we are going to the movies. And they're gonna see Griddle House.
Griddle House.
What is it?
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Crimes of Grindelwald. I've never even seen the first one, so.
And of course, she won't go with Beck and them and, you know, be a supportive person. No, ma'am. She's got to do her own thing.
So obviously I'm not gonna go and see it because I don't even know what the heck it is. I'm gonna go see a different movie where they see that one.
See, I knew that before she even said it. Why? Because every time Destiny wanted to go see a movie, she would go let Destiny watch it with whomever or however and wherever, and she would just sit in Starbucks and get some calories in her.
I don't even remember what mine's called. Yeah. What time's your sister meeting us?
After grocery shopping, but You're not even back.
Lady, how did I watch you back then? Because you are one of the most disrespectful people I have seen. You just do not give two craps about nobody besides yourself. It's not too often she misses that mouth, huh?
I was like, and then it all fell apart. I fell apart. Back. Anyways.
Yes, ma'am, the camera is still on, and yes, ma'am, you are still ignoring it, and you're supposed to be answering comments, and you won't even do that.
So, these are only like 300 and something calories. This is a little higher. It's like 7, which is hard to believe because it's just, I think what holds the calories is definitely like, because it's breaded.
Guys, did y'all hear her? It's only 300 calories with like 700 on the other side.
Best thing ever.
I thought the concoctions that you came up with were supposed to be the best thing ever. Now you're giving the credit to Burger King?
I like my last bite to have a bite of that and a bite of that together. So good. So freaking good.
Would you get on to the reason why we're here? This is the first time you mentioned the dietitian. I want to hear more about the dietitian. Guys, I forget these videos.
Something I noticed about fast food, for me, it just doesn't like fill me up like it should. Like I'm content, which I should stay content, but
If fast food barely fills you up, then why the crap are you putting it in your mouth?
it doesn't like make me super full unless I go to like,
That means the B-I-N-G-E monster is gonna come out at night.
McDonald's. Whenever I eat at McDonald's, like I get full rather quickly. I feel like this video is a mess.
Yes, ma'am, it is. And you know what? You're kind of getting me a little bored. That's why I wore the shirt that says sleep.
This is why I like to film while everyone's asleep. That's usually, like when I'm sitting here, it's usually when everyone's asleep. Because I get so sidetracked and I'm like talking to everyone else. I'm like, oh yeah, really?
I've always said she can't do two things at once, and she's proven it.
I do apologize. But anyways, yeah, I want to talk to you guys more about the whole dietitian thing. I'm so happy I finally have one. So now people can stop saying that. No, that's not the only reason why, but
It's pretty much the main reason why, because you're getting tired of people calling you out in the chat.
it's just, I really needed someone to tell me what to do.
And she is a toddler. She has to have rules and goals or she won't do jack diddly squat.
Because sometimes you get so lost in like what everyone else is telling you to do, you forget what you really should do for yourself or whatever. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang. I kind of feel like I look like a grandma today. I'm okay with it. I'm cool with it. Got that grandma style going.
I'm sure you're okay and you're cool with it because you're pointing it out, so obviously it's bothering you.
Anyways. What, babe?
Talk about being a grandma.
Doesn't this look like a grandma shirt? Well, it's really a dress, but
Not from here.
I love this part. It's like, rah, rah, rah. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
She loves the part that is a back piece that she made into a chest piece. Miss Amberlynn, she's Fashionista 101 over here. Alright guys, y'all ready to see what happens when she actually has the dietitian and she's talking to the dietitian and she gets advice from the dietitian? Y'all ready to see that? Let's go ahead.
Hey guys. So it just took me to focus like a lot longer than I wanted it to. But anyways, today is my 5-year anniversary being on YouTube.
So she vlogged 2 different things at the same time. First she did her mukbang, and now and then she's doing a vlog. This is proof she actually filmed multiple videos in one day and just went ahead and uploaded them all separately, because this is a completely different day that I'm watching it.
November 17th. I'm a little bit behind on videos because it is that time of the month where I did a little bit of filming and videos got a little bit backed up, but that's okay. I'm totally okay with it.
You're totally okay with it, but it doesn't mean that your audience is.
Just got a lot of editing to do and all that. But anyways, yes, it's the 17th, 5-year anniversary. Nothing spectacular is happening. I just filmed a mukbang for you guys. Burger King. So the plan for today is we are going to the movies. They're gonna see Ride's a Grill Hall. What is it called again?
She likes to play like she's just totally clueless, and she knows better. We all know better. She knows exactly what's going on, but it makes a cute little doesn't it?
Crimes
of Grilden Hall.
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald. I try, babe. I haven't seen the first one, so obviously I'm not gonna go see that. So I'm gonna go see a different movie by myself. So
yeah, because you never are there to support your partners.
They're all gonna go see that. Oh, and by the way, I have still been reading like a crazy person. So I just got over reading this book called Crush Control. It was honestly so good. If you guys like hypnosis type stuff, you might like that. Slash also love stories. Slash maybe a little bit of drama.
Hey, I thought you liked thrillers, suspense. I thought that's what you like. See, you made a big jump from back then, didn't you?
So yeah, it was super entertaining. So now I need to go choose a new book. I've been having Becky actually choose my next book because I just have so many to choose from that I'm just like super indecisive. So she'll go to my book collection and choose a random one for me. So yeah, anyways. All right, so my next book is chosen. Becky went out and to the den because that's where I have all my books at, and she chose for me. I might choose the next one, I don't know, because there is a Danielle Steele one that I really want to read, but we'll see.
Well, if you really want to read it, why the crap did you send Beck to pick something out? Why didn't you get up off your butt and go get it?
This one's called The Waiting Sky by Laura Zeland. This is what it looks like, the cover. This is about a girl who has a mom who is an alcoholic and she's just always drunk and such. So the main character in the book, her name is Jan. I just know all this from the cover. And she likes to chase tornadoes, and there's just gonna be some drama in there. And
I wonder how many of these books Amberlynn starts reading, then all of a sudden she's like, I can't do this, I don't like it. And it shows that she wastes her money instead of just using a Kindle.
Stuff with tornadoes. I don't know, I feel like Becky would really like this because she wants to be a storm chaser, like a tornado chaser. I'm like, girl, no, you're not gonna get sucked up in a tornado. It's not happening in my, no.
She wouldn't have a caregiver then, Beck. You gotta stay on the ground with her.
How'd they break their windshield?
Because they were playing with the cat that was on the other side with their foot, and they kicked it.
Jeez. Outfit of the day. Hey. No. So we're doing a little outfit of the day. Pink cardigan from Walmart. Dress from Torrid.
You have no idea how many times people would laugh at this over and over, laugh in her face and tell her, hey, you had that on backwards. It took a while for her to actually admit, hey, I don't know how to wear it, but it made a nice chest piece.
Pants from Walmart. Earrings from Walmart. And we are not wearing any makeup because I still haven't bought any new makeup, but I might actually go and do that tonight because that's important because I look, ugh. Twinkie. You want to see your twin?
Leave that dog alone. She was perfectly fine, perfectly comfy, and then you come over there poking at her.
Are you mad about it? She's mad about it. She's like, there should be only one me.
Yeah, and this right here was during a fingerlint error, so of course she's gonna go over there and start poking at Twinkie.
Look. They're literally identical. That goes right there.
You can tell Twinkie is just over her. I mean, just go away, woman. I'd rather be with Beck. I can't stand it when she uses music, because then I gotta, you know, just take the volume down for you. I don't see how she doesn't get copyright. I really don't.
That's my fault.
And of course, we are right back at the daggum table. Why? Because we don't deserve an outing.
I'm gonna vlog real quick. What are you doing, babe?
I left my phone in my car.
Why were you looking at me like that?
All right, now Amberlynn said that her and Beck never kissed, right? That was one thing that she held strong for. What are they doing?
Outfit of the day.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah.
I'm grabbing your boob.
Babe. You look cute.
I don't feel cute.
Don't you just love when she shows little things like that? She's like, okay, pay attention. No, just pay attention now. She's the one that angled that camera.
You look really good.
I never wear my hat like that.
I love your pants. Okay. So you guys, I have a little haul. Bath and Body Works. So the situation goes a little something like this. All of their soaps were $2.50 today.
She can't walk any other time, but by gosh, if Bath and Body Works is having a sale, you better believe she's all up in there.
Why did you you just scared me so bad. This is a little known fact. Maybe you guys don't know it. Eric likes to creep and it freaks me out because I never notice it until I notice it. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of a good thing for us, because when he used to creep with his little cameraman, we got to see Miss Amberlynn in some shots that she didn't like.
What are you doing?
Well, now fact, Amberlynn creeping.
What are you doing?
I realize you guys are missing something.
What are we missing?
What are you missing?
Stop. What is it?
Your dog.
Why would you say that?
She's in the bedroom.
She's in there right now?
Yeah, when Becky opened the door and was talking to us, and I guess when she left and shut the door,
She went in
I
there.
was hearing jingling, and I was like,
Did you see how she really wasn't even concerned? What? Your dog? Huh? No concern whatsoever at all. So are we surprised that she had no concern over Rarity? Makes you think.
our dogs don't jingle.
Our dogs don't
I was
jingle.
like, is Twinkie in here? And I leaned over and I was like, oh shit. And I
Aww.
picked her up and set her on the bed.
So she's cuddling with y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. So before I get into my little haul, I actually went to a movie, which you guys knew. I saw Instant Family, and it was like about foster care and adoption. I cried like 70% of the movie. It was just like a lot of memories.
That's because foster care is your identity.
Anyways, so that's why, oh my god, my eyes were red, my face was red earlier, but anyways. So let's get into the haul. So the first one we have is Cherry Chill. I wish like this was still going on so you guys can go and buy all of these. Winter, I love the packaging, like.
See, that's what was frustrating. She would vlog something and then she would wait a week, 2 weeks to upload it. So by that time, as she said, the sale's going to be already over. She's going to know it's over. So she probably went on the last day and was like, oh, y'all don't matter to me, so I'm just going to upload this when I want to. That's what she did.
Always so cute. Marshmallow Flurries. We got Arctic Berry. Fresh Sparkling Snow. Frosted Coconut Snowball. The packaging is just so adorable. Winter Citrus Wreath. Winter Candy Apple. Eric!
Quit screaming at him. It gets absolutely annoying. You know he's right there.
I want to see your reaction.
Vanilla Bean Noel. And Twisted Peppermint, $26.50. That's how much all these cost, for only $26.50. Yeah, I got all these, y'all. All of these.
Do you see how much she's pushing herself up? She's having to push herself up just to show you. You see how that works? Lean back. Tummy goes out.
Package-wise, though, like, why is this so cute? I don't understand.
So you like all the ones though?
So cute. Okay, you guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something before I go to bed. I'm just getting ready to go to bed.
Taking a look at this, I'm seeing now how she plucks at her clothes, you know, because she likes plucking so much. So she didn't need Beth to be the only one to do it. She soothed herself.
When I say go to bed, I really mean sit in my bed for like 3 hours before I fall asleep. What I do during that time, edit, and then I like to read a lot or watch YouTube videos, but...
Amberlynn, this better not be clickbait. I better have not gone through all of this thus far, and these people that are still with me, because you know what, you're awesome. But we didn't go through this far for you not to mention what we're here for.
Anyways, that's why I'm wearing my black shirt with all the fur on it. I get complaints about this all the time, but I'm in the privacy of my own home. I have fur babies that I love and cuddle with, so.
Privacy of your own home, but yet you put your life on the internet. Okay.
So you guys, I know I have been kind of talking about this, but I haven't really gone into grave detail. But I finally have a dietitian, and I am giving someone the power to tell me what to do, and I'm completely giving up everything that I try to do for myself, and I am just following what my dietitian is telling me to do. I am so happy because
you know you're not going to follow anything that dietitian has to say, because you know yourself better than anyone.
you guys have told me to get help countless times, and I'm getting help. I kind of just feel like sometimes things happen for a reason, and I'm just okay. I don't want to get sappy. I'm just excited. I'm happy, making progress, trying to figure this here life out and do it the right way. So without going into like grave detail, I do want to say that my dietitian has worked with people my size. That was very important to me, because it's like having a dietitian who doesn't understand like your struggles.
Y'all just hold on. Like I said, y'all just hold on. We're going to get to the good one in a bit. But first you got to hear all this and watch what she was doing and crediting her dietitian.
I don't really know if that would be a good match made in heaven, if you know what I'm saying. So a lot of people are going to get very angry right now, because I'm going to explain to you what she wants me to do.
So now that she knows she's going to make the audience so mad, now look, eye-to-eye contact with that camera.
And I know I'm going to get backlash. I get it. It's cool. But this dietitian has experience, so I don't need to sit here and try to have you guys like love her or like win you over or anything like that. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna be doing, because this channel is about my life, and this happens to be something I am currently going through in this moment. So she wants me to eat anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 calories.
Thought you said that was way too many calories for you, and all that would do is put weight on you. Huh?
I don't want to hear it from you guys. This is a dietitian, which you guys wanted me to get, and this is what she's telling me to do, because at my size, just sitting here, if I literally sat here all day long, I would burn 2,800 calories just automatically. So losing weight means you eat lower than the calories you burn in a day.
How many times are you going to say that to yourself and say it to your audience before you follow it?
I explained to her what she knows, that I eat out almost every single day, whether it's restaurant food, takeout, fast food, what have you. And she said I am still allowed to have these things. I'm allowed to eat anything I want, but I just need to stay under my calories. But what she wants me to do is, say I eat out 7 days a week, cut it down to 5 or 6. She wants me to do small changes, because she distinctively said big, huge changes at once, completely uprooting your life and changing absolutely everything you're doing, will make me fail.
You have already been told this so many dag-blame times, you're on repeat.
And that's something I've said over and over again. So it's just like, I'm glad someone agrees with me, even if she didn't. I was gonna do everything this woman told me, because I was just like, I need you. Like I'm asking for help. So I think what we have decided together, just stick to like around 2,500 calories if I don't do any exercise, and a little bit around.
We know she ain't exercising. That's not in her vocabulary. She just likes to say big words.
3,000 if I do some exercise, but I feel like for me, I might just stick around 26 and just see how it feels. Something I even said to her, I was like, is it normal for me to feel like super scared eating this many calories? Because I feel like this many calories will make me gain weight. She explained to me that this is like totally normal. It's a normal feeling, but at my size, I will lose 2 pounds weekly doing it like this. Obviously, eventually calories will be lowered, food will become healthier, eating out will become less. But right now, she wants me to focus on a few things at once instead of like...
It's called baby steps, Amberlynn. Baby steps. But you don't do that now, do you? You want to have it. You jump in head first, then you ask questions later.
A ton. So yeah, she explained the science behind losing weight and calories and eating and food.
Hey, I thought you knew everything there was about weight loss, and nobody could tell you anything different. What happened to that?
And everything. And it all just makes so much sense. And I'm so grateful for her. So I'm just like, so excited. So anyways, wanted to tell you guys all about that. I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Amberlynn, you took absolutely ever to get to that little bitty part that you wanted to say to us. Hopefully this one goes better. Oh, goodness gracious. Amberlynn, sometimes I don't know what to say to you.
Hey guys. So I am an absolute yikes person. I was gonna say a hot mess, but everyone says that I say that too much. So being all serious, I did just wake up, so I do look a little crazy, and I'm sure you guys can tell.
You always look a little crazy because this was time you wanted to be in bed all the time.
Today's gonna be a free makeup type of day because I've been wearing makeup every day for like a week now, and my face needs to breathe. This video is going to be a story time about my dietitian, and I need you guys to buckle your seats, get some popcorn, do whatever you do, because I'm just like shooketh.
So in other words, y'all just kick back, relax, and we're going to continue to mouth Miss Amberlynn Reid. That's what we're here for. Just in case you forgot.
And I don't know what is going on. I am like so confused with life right now. This is not something you really want to wake up to, but I'm gonna be reading some messages and doing a little bit of a backstory to kind of get you guys to understand. But no, there will be no name dropping. I'm not going to be saying her name. I'm not going to be saying her anything.
Yeah, but you're going to go ahead and share private messages between you and her. Equals out, don't it?
Instagram name, nothing. Like, it doesn't need to be said because I don't want people to find her, attack her, find her, or be like, good job, you know, or anything. Like, no one needs to know who she is. So I'm just gonna kind of start with the very beginning. I was on Instagram one day, but I mean, who isn't? Like, everyone has an Instagram, and I get a lot of messages on there. Obviously I don't reply to every single one because I do get a lot, but I do read every single one. So if you want to message me on Instagram, go for it. I get a message from someone, and this is what it says. Hey, I have been following your journey for a while in full support. I'm a dietitian and live in Kentucky. If you ever need help, I'm here for you.
Oh, so this was a viewer. See, sometimes I don't remember. So this was a viewer, a fan, an audience member, whatever you want to call her. And she ended up in Amberlynn's life. Not a good place to be.
I know you had issues finding one in the past. I can come to you or just chat anytime if you need. So when I saw that, because I have had people fake being companies, just faking their who they were. I've had this happen so many times before. You can ask Becky, she's been there to see it all. So I went to her Instagram because that's what I do. If you're gonna tell me you're someone, I'm gonna go check that ish out, and I'm gonna see if you were being honest with me.
In other words, I'm gonna go and stalk your page just to make sure I'm gonna get what I want to get.
So I went to her Instagram, and she was 100% being honest. Her whole feed is her. She's absolutely beautiful. You can tell she's fit and she eats healthy. And one of the photos was actually her with her certificate. She was considered like an RD dietitian. I don't really know. I don't know code words. I don't know like the actual wording for this, but she was legally a dietitian.
So you don't know what all the words mean, the letters mean, or anything like that, but you know for a fact she's a dietitian. Okay.
So I replied, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is amazing. I love all the advice you can give. I said that because I was like, oh my god, this is like so amazing, because I have been wanting a dietitian for so long, and it's just like...
No, you haven't. You've been using the excuse of you've been wanting one, but no, ma'am. No, you haven't.
Everywhere in Kentucky that I've tried to find one, it didn't work out, or I couldn't find one. So it's just been a mess. And she just replied and said, yay, so happy to hear that. So I said, what advice do you have for me? And she sent a whole paragraph and she said, well, it's hard to spout random advice just based off of your videos. I know just about everyone leaves whatever diet recommendation on the comments of your videos. So you get plenty of that. In general, I always encourage my clients to take baby steps and find what works for them. The right diet for anyone is a diet that works for them. I generally like to see a food diary for week of eating and base any advice and steps to start taking based off of that. If you aren't feeling that, I'd be happy to just send some great evidence based on nutrition articles and info sheets to you that you have food lists and diet plans.
All right, so Miss Amberlynn likes to read, so she should have been reading all that information, but do we really think that she did that? Come on now. Really?
Plans. I said, oh yeah, I'd love to see the articles. Do you recommend I calorie count? She said, I do. Choosing more healthy and whole foods is great and all, but weight loss is all that matters when starting from a bigger size. The rest will come with time. Weight Watchers is a little iffy just because it does give you 0 points for a lot of foods, which isn't great for people with a history of overeating. My biggest piece of advice is not to feel like you have to hit your calorie minimum every day. It's okay to be under your limit some days. Starvation mode is not a true thing. 2,500.
That should be way too many calories for you if you use your own daggum opinion, right? You make your own choices. Why are you going to listen to this one?
To 3,000 calories would be a good range for you to lose weight. Steady, but still shows progress. So,
do we remember when Obese to Beast tried to tell her all this and she denied it and she said, no, that's not going to work for her? We remember that? All right, let's see how this one pans out, right?
That is kind of where I got that 2,500 to 3,000 calorie situation. We do end up starting to text each other, and I'm, like I said, this whole video, like, I'm literally gonna read every text message, but I'm not gonna give away any personal information.
Oh, you know exactly what you were doing at the time, because Girl World had not a problem with figuring out who she was.
Like I told you guys in a video, that is how many calories she told me to eat, and everyone thought I was lying. I said, and by the way, this title is not clickbait. My dietitian has blocked me. So I replied with, so what kind of foods should I be eating? Can I be your client, or how does that work? Can't wait to hear back from you. I wanted this to be a little bit more professional. I didn't want it to seem like two friends just messaging each other, giving advice. I wanted to be her client.
Did you pay her? You're only a client if you paid her. You're just a pity project at this point.
I thought I was gonna have to pay for it, which I was totally fine with. I was totally okay with that.
No, you weren't, because you said that they get really expensive. You're lying.
But I wanted to figure out how this was gonna work. She replied with, it can work however you want. I can meet with you in person, or we can continue to just text/chat, whatever support you need. I'll get some info sent over to you tomorrow on food lists / example diets and whatnot. I'll try to start working on it today. My Fridays tend to be busy at work though. Since I offer my services and want to help, I'll keep this all free of charge. Do you have an email or something to send over packets? Don't think it will work over Instagram DM. I sent her my email and she said, let me know if you need anything in the meantime. I think it was, a few hours later, I said,
oh, lady, you done messed up. You done messed up. You gave her free reign to message you anytime she wanted to message you. Yeah, you fudged that one.
Would it be easier to text? I never get my number out, so this would be weird for me, LOL. I'm gonna have to trust you with it. I'm assuming I'm now your client and you're my dietitian, so this is professional, I would say, because I wanted this to be professional. I did not want it to, like I said, to just be some random person. Well, it really is random, but
I was about to say some random person. It's not like you were going to a clinic to get it. You would rather find it in the comments, right?
When you physically go to a dietitian, that's also random. This person's a stranger to you. So I just wanted to make this as legit as possible. And she said, yep, confidentiality is extremely important. Anything you say is just between me and you. I know a lot of people can look at this as, well, Amberlynn, are you sharing this? Can you get in trouble for this? Honestly, no, because she's not telling me anything. Like, I'm literally just telling you guys everything that I said to her. So now you need to look at your morals of sharing private text and messages. But are we really surprised? No, never when it comes to Amberlynn. We start texting. So this is kind of a lot, so this video might be kind of long, so I do apologize. Because she sent me her number and I just replied, hey. I said, okay, hi, so how long have you been watching my videos? Because I was very curious, like, how well did she know like how bad I was, if you know what I'm saying. She said, wow, I honestly don't remember, maybe a couple of years when I was in school to be a dietitian, I got really into watching weight loss YouTube channels to get a better idea of things from their perspective.
She should have known Amberlynn's gonna not follow anything she has to say, and she's not gonna succeed if she's been watching Amberlynn that long.
Since I was working with so many people in that situation, I said, so you know a lot of what I'm going through and a lot of my story. And she said, I do, at least from what you show. I said, feel free to ask whatever. I've been really wanting a dietitian but can't seem to find any where I live. I really appreciate you reaching out to me. I don't know why I'm reading all this to you, but I think I just want to give you guys like a bigger picture of kind of like...
Because you have a dag-blame grudge. That's why, Amberlynn. This person dropped you according to your title. This person dropped you and you're just gonna out her.
The correspondence me and her did share. She said, I vaguely remembered you mentioning your struggle to find one. Well, even though this is not particularly professional start, I promise to respect your privacy and do my best to help you when you need it.
So in other words, you need to protect her privacy. But you don't do that.
Hopefully the things I email to you will be a good base to start from. That right there, that text message, I really appreciated. But my response was, this doesn't have to be professional. I'm in need of help and you're a dietitian.
I thought it needed to be professional. Why is it now that it doesn't need to be professional? Oh, talking back to Amberlynn, it always gets me in trouble.
So it's perfect. I'm just grateful you're willing. When do you think you can email me the packets? So the reason why I said that this doesn't have to be professional is because I didn't want to scare her away. I really was appreciating her help, because sometimes when you're in dire need, you'll go to great lengths, and this was just a stranger to me, but it seemed like she really knew what she was talking about.
Hey, she's not telling you anything any different than everybody else has been telling you, so what makes this different in your mind?
She said, I'll start tonight and send it out tomorrow. I'm still at work filling in for another dietitian at the moment. I said, oh, okay, so the packets will be handmade by you? She said, well, while not each form is made by me, I'm going to try and customize the whole packet for you. Just information I think you might find beneficial and interesting. I said, oh, okay, and then what? Because I was curious. And then after she sends me the packets, what's next in them?
This person is going above and beyond for Amberlynn, so do you think Amberlynn will put any effort into it? Think again.
She said, well, the main thing that will be beneficial is a 1-week food log. I'll send you a blank one to fill out along with other stuff. A whole diet overhaul is never going to work. And then I'll be able to evaluate and pinpoint where you can make small changes that will add up over time. But that's the only way I'll be able to figure out what areas you need to work on. And I said, I'm currently working on trying to eat less already, so the food log won't show how bad it really got in the recent past.
So in other words, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. Pretty much.
And she said, that's fine. Anything helps. I've mainly worked with bariatric surgery patients, so I've seen/heard it all. I think it was the next day, and she said, hey, I sent an email to you with all the general nutrition guidelines just a moment ago. And I said, and this is what you're telling me I should go by. She said, I think it's good stuff to implement into your daily life. Completely overhauling your diet isn't feasible and will just be causing binging from experience. For now, I would recommend just looking over everything and see if you have any questions/concerns, see if any of it seems doable.
So even this person acknowledged that you're going to be INGE if you don't eat, a little bit by baby steps. Yeah, but Miss Amberlynn, she always says under 2,000 is where she needs to be.
I said, here's an example of something that I know I will do. If I'm doing a 2,400 calorie diet, am I allowed to eat Burger King? Am I allowed to go out to restaurants? I've gotten so accustomed to living that lifestyle that even when I'm counting calories, I'll find a way to eat there. Advice? Thoughts? So I asked her this because that is something that I do. If I am counting calories and allowing myself to eat pretty much in moderation or just kind of like whatever I want,
Moderation Queen has entered the chat.
I will choose fast food or restaurants over cooking at home. So since I now had a dietitian at my hands who seemed very patient and helpful, and like she knew what she was talking about, I really wanted to know, was this okay? So she said, I would try limiting eating out. For example, if you eat out 5 times a week, try to make it 4. Or if you eat out daily, try to skip a day. Small steps like that. But for now, if you can really get into your calorie limit, do it. Go out to eat, but pay attention to the calories. Completely cutting it out will just lead to cheat days.
So, all right, let's break this down a little bit. All right, Miss Amberlynn had a dietitian saying, take baby steps, do this. Do you think in any way whatsoever at all, Amberlynn paid attention to what was actually being said to her? Oh, yeah. No, ma'am.
which tend to cycle out of control for most people. So yes, go out to eat. Make sure to pay attention to the calories. So that's exactly what I said to you guys in a video where I was like, my dietitian said I can eat out still. I can eat whatever I want. Just stay under my calories. And everyone's like, you're a liar. You're crazy. No dietitian would say that, but she really did.
Oh, okay. So I get it. I get it now, because she talked to the dietitian is what it seems like, and then the dietitian said she could eat out, so she did the Burger King mukbang, and then she's in this situation. All right, 2 and 2.
And I replied with, thanks so much for the advice. I'm going to be sharing this with YouTube that I finally found a dietitian. I will never say who, I'll never say your name or anything like that, completely personal. I'm just hoping people will see that by keeping in contact with you and asking all the necessary questions that I really am going to try to do this. That was my way of trying to see if it was cool that I shared that I finally had someone help me.
Yeah, no, it's never cool, Amberlynn. Don't ever share anybody on your channel. You didn't learn it back then, and you sure as heck ain't learned it today.
She said, absolutely. Hopefully I'll be a better resource than random Googling for you.
Dr. Google. This lady knew what she was gonna do.
I said, you're helping already. So how many calories should I do? I know this is probably a common thing, but I'm gonna start on Monday. I've already ate today and I have no idea how many calories I consumed. Her answer is, eating 3,000 calories a day would have you losing about a pound a week. 2,500 would be about 2 pounds a week of actual fat. You'll lose more weight just including water and all. Either would be fine, but I'd aim for somewhere between 2,500 to 3,000. You can bring it down as you lose.
Common sense would tell you, Amberlynn, to eat healthier. That's what common sense would tell you. But no, you need somebody to say point blank period, this is what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. Toddlerism.
Wait, I said, do you recommend using a calorie counting app or just doing it on paper? She said, whatever is easier for you. I'm personally a huge fan of MyFitnessPal. Plus, it calculates everything like nutrients and gives you a weekly average.
Oh, woman, don't even get started on MyFitnessPal, because you had that up. I'm going to log into it. I'm going to this. You never did. I know from experience.
I said, okay, awesome. MyFitnessPal is great. I've used it plenty before. How often should I weigh myself? She said, as long as you're on track, once or twice a week is ideal. Weighing daily can make you feel down if you're not losing every single day, which doesn't happen just from natural fluctuations. You just have to trust the process. I love nutrition because your body won't lie. If you count your calories honestly, you will lose weight no matter what.
Your body may not lie, but Amberlynn sure will.
It's all science. People tend to underestimate how much they eat and get angry about not losing weight, but it just always means you're eating more than you think. That's why tracking every bite is so important. I said, can you give me an example of what I should eat, or do I just eat whatever right now while counting calories? I feel like she tells me things and then I kind of ask it in like a different way, because that's just the type of person I am. She said,
and she must be getting really, really annoyed by this, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Just do what she said to do in the first place.
Eat what you want while counting calories. That's going to be the most manageable. There's no reason to try and stick to a completely new way of eating so early on.
Kind of seems to me like this frustration has already been presented to Amberlynn, but Amberlynn is too clueless to actually pay attention to what she's reading.
And that's exactly what I told you guys. And then I was like, okay, I'm actually going to start tomorrow, not Monday. So I was proud of myself that I was going to jump on that bandwagon even before Monday comes along. And I asked her, have you ever worked with people my size before? And she said, yes, I worked with patients before weight loss surgeries.
She's already said that, Amberlynn. You really aren't paying attention to anything she says.
Most doctors / insurances require a certain amount of visits with a dietitian before they are approved for surgery. And I said, and did they lose weight eating almost 3,000 calories? I like to hear about other people's successes.
Oh my goodness, go look it up for yourself, Amberlynn. Just go look it up for yourself. This is ridiculous.
But it's hard to find that nowadays. No one is really my size, and if they are, they don't want to broadcast it all over social media. She said, yep, between 2,500 and 3,000 calories was usually good to lose weight. Most of them did some form of light walking daily to build up their strength. We did usually bring them down to 1,200 calories the month before surgery to lose the bulk of pre-surgery weight.
How many times has this woman told you the same exact thing over and over and over? I would be tired of wasting my breath on you.
Most would lose about 50 pounds that month. 2,500 to 3,000 calories is a good steady weight loss. Nothing dramatic, but manageable. I said, is it normal to fear that me eating anywhere near 3,000 calories will actually make me gain weight? You guys, I was scared because she was telling me things that I never thought a dietitian would be telling me.
This would cause frustration with anyone.
3,000 calories is okay to eat and I'm gonna lose weight. I was like, this has to be a troll, but I knew it wasn't. She said, oh yeah, of course, especially when most people eat 1,200 to lose weight. You just burn so much more energy the larger you are. It's all trial and error too. If you're not losing weight as fast as you want at that limit, you can drop it by 250 and then try that. I said, I understand that. Everyone in the comments thinks that if I eat 500 calories for one meal, I'm eating too much. I know that's not true. And she said, yeah, the comments annoy me on that too. Large people need more calories. It's just a fact. And I said, I definitely agree with that. My Fitbit says I burn 2,800 calories a day literally doing nothing.
Lady, just eat the number of calories you're supposed to eat. Just stay within that range and just shut up at this point. I see why she blocked you. Goodness gracious.
And she goes, I know you previously lost a good chunk of weight, so you at least know what you're doing. How many calories were you eating then? And I kind of opened up to her about something that I haven't really shared with you guys, and I guess you're gonna find out now, but I said I didn't really count calories. But looking back now, in the very beginning, it was probably no more than 900 calories a day. This was 8 years ago. I knew absolutely nothing about nutrition or calories then.
And you don't know anything about calories now either, obviously.
She said, yeah, that's not ideal, but definitely quick weight loss. Just know that going under your daily calories will be fine. Starvation mode is a myth, and if you aren't particularly hungry or haven't hit your limit and it's late, just stop there. No reason to hit every day. I recommend aiming for 2,500. Restaurant food almost always has more calories than they say, so aiming a little lower is better to account for that.
Guys, are y'all hearing these same numbers over and over and over, or is this just me?
So I said, when eating out, should I automatically add 100 more calories on something? She said, honestly, yes, that would be a lot more accurate. And then she asked me, are you active at all right now? If you're not, 2,500 calories will be better for you until you get to walking around 30 minutes a day, which I definitely agree to, and that's exactly what I told you guys in my video. I said, I'm trying my hardest to be a little bit more active. I do not exercise for 30 minutes a day. That would be impossible for me right now.
Oh, this poor woman. Oh my goodness. Just imagine, we're listening to this like this, but she was getting one-on-one contact with her.
But I do want to start getting more steps on my Fitbit. Then I said, regards to diet soda and water advice, because I was curious. Everyone is such like a big, crazy, like, diet soda is a no, diet soda is a no, it's gonna make you gain weight. But I highly disagree with that.
You highly disagree with anything that makes any kind of common sense. So even if she said don't drink soda, you'd be like, no, I can drink it.
So I wanted to see what a dietitian thought. She said water and unsweet tea is the best. Crystal Lights, the no-calorie ones, are fine too. Diet soda won't make you gain weight or anything. It could just trigger a craving for sweets. As long as you're fine with handling that, go for it. But water should be your main drink.
No, she's not okay with handling that. She's not okay with handling any diet.
I said that's what I figured. So many people say how diet soda makes you gain weight, blah, 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 lol. And she said it absolutely does not. I was like, okay, good. So this was the first day of me following everything that she told me. And I said, here's day one. Is there anything I should be relying to you? She said, if you have any questions, let me know, but otherwise no. If you ever want to send me your daily MyFitnessPal log, I can always evaluate that. So I ended up sending her my day one log, where I actually had Mexican food for one meal. I had a hot fudge sundae. I had Burger King.
How can you come online and admit what you really eat in a day? That's what you're doing. You're admitting it in a vlog, but you won't admit it whenever you're saying, this is what I ate today.
And I had a McDonald's frap. So very, very, very horrible foods, but I ended up only eating 2,300 calories, and this is what she said to me. Good job staying in the calorie limit. If I would make one recommendation, try to fit at least one fruit or vegetable into your day. I know this is one snapshot, so it doesn't represent every day, but the actual nutrient content here is very low. Great step in the right direction though. I said, yeah, eating wise, I did horrible. Calorie wise, I'm proud. Tomorrow I'll make sure to eat more veggies.
You don't need anybody to tell you this. You've had so many people tell you the same thing. You need absolutely no one to tell you this. Why are you wasting this person's time?
And she said, one step at a time. And I said, definitely. By the way, my videos are a little behind, so don't be alarmed, lol. And she's like, haha, no worries. And then I started just asking her more knowledge. I was like, does sodium make you gain weight? She says, it does not make you gain fat. It does make you retain water, which can make the scale not budge / go up.
Amberlynn should have been paying this person. I'm sorry, for I paused it too fast, okay? But Amberlynn should have been paying this person, especially with as much as she's talking.
You should drink extra water on high sodium eating days. Plus the extra water the body holds onto with high sodium intake puts more strain on the heart when you're already bigger. And I was like, okay. Makes sense. So I replied and I said, this was after the whole Burger King mukbang. People went crazy on it. They were just like, you shouldn't be eating this. You shouldn't be eating this. You have a dietitian. You're fat. You're going to die and all this stuff.
Yeah, everybody down in the comment section was calling you out. Nobody understand how a dietitian would be okay with eating Burger King. That would be the first thing on the diet list, right?
I messaged her and I said, okay, so my new video is getting a ton of backlash. Well, all my videos do because people are indeed psycho, lol. But this one is getting the same response from pretty much everyone. You're going to die eating that Burger King. So according to what you told me, I'm allowed to eat it as long as it fits into my calories. That meal was about 1,000 calories, which left me with about 1,600 more calories for the day. What are your thoughts? She replied with, sorry, I was driving a blank for Thanksgiving. For weight loss alone, yes, that's fine. If it's in your calories and done, when considering health, yes, it's not great to eat. High in fat and sodium, which are both bad for the heart, which is especially bad if you have underlying conditions.
Common sense. Common sense should kick in right now and play a part in this. No, never.
You get checked out by the doctor yearly, right? With labs and all. We started talking about my labs and how my A1C was normal and all this stuff. But I just want to say, the Burger King, she said it was totally fine. I stayed under my calories. It was totally fine. And my whole thing is like, yeah, I know. Eating certain foods, yeah, I will lose weight. Eating Burger King underneath a calorie deficiency, I will lose weight.
You knew you were going to get all kinds of pushback whenever you filmed that. You knew you were going to, but you figured you had an excuse to get your way out of it. I have a dietitian now. I'm going to put all the blame on her.
But eating it every day is very, very bad for my health. These are two things that I do know. This is the last time I heard from her, okay? This is when we're getting into it. But this is around the time where...
Did you just say this is when you're getting into it? Like into it as in... Pow, 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 pow. You know, put your dukes up? Is that how you were getting into it? That's what I'm thinking.
People were going crazy in my comments. And I want you guys to know that this person, she was my dietitian, but she was also a subscriber. She was a viewer. She watched my videos and she read the comments. People were saying horrible things about, oh, Amberlynn probably doesn't have a dietitian. And if she does, her dietitian is absolutely stupid. And just saying horrible things about the information that my dietitian has given me. I feel like it got to her because this is what happened. On Thanksgiving, I sent her happy Thanksgiving and she sent me a picture of her plate and she said, happy Thanksgiving to you too. I'm not being a good dietitian today. Hope your day is good.
So she was being civil with you. That's what could be expected, one person to another.
And she was just like joking around because her plate, like, because it had a bunch of Thanksgiving food on it. On the 28th, which was 6 days later, I said, would you care if I read some of our conversations in a YouTube video? There will be no name dropping or number dropping or anything like that. And the reason why I asked her that question is because I wanted to share with you guys some of the positive information and very helpful information that she has told me I wanted to share with you guys.
But yet you weren't losing any kind of weight, so nobody really cared what you're trying to share with everybody.
She didn't reply. 7 hours later, I just sent her 2 question marks. I was just like, okay. So it's been probably a week and I said, have you decided to just no longer speak to me? I sent it and closed my phone, didn't think anything of it. So since then, it's been a few days and I just now looked at our text messages and that text didn't deliver. And usually when it doesn't deliver, it means you're blocked. So I sent her a message and I said, so you considered me your client?
All right, wait a second, Miss Amberlynn. She blocked you, so you then send her a message another way. Being blocked should mean that you should know she don't want to talk to you.
But now you're just ignoring me. You told me I can text you when I needed anything. If you didn't want to continue helping me, it would have been nice if you would have told me. So when I sent that text, I was like, please send. It didn't send. So she blocked me. So then I ended up...
You ended up putting all of this out here on YouTube and just, blasting her for all of your audience to see. Yeah, we know.
Going to the original Instagram and sending her the same message and she hasn't replied. I'm confused on why she blocked me, but honestly, the only thing I can think of, because we had great correspondence, like she was super helpful, and I was like any other client, asking for help and doing the advice that she told me. I think the one thing that really got to her was just the comments, the comments, and I don't think she wanted to be a part of that negativity. And
okay, she's watched you for a while, so she should know it's not going to be anything but negativity down in the comment section. And you're saying that you followed what she had to eat, or she had to say. No, you didn't. And you pretty much blew her phone up, phone calls and text messages, or just text messages. I think that's all it was. And then you had to go over and message her somewhere else. How many more outlets did you find?
that just really opened my eyes that I can lose anybody due to horrible comments. And my vlog for yesterday, I am hanging out with two very good friends of mine who don't want to be on camera.
Amberlynn, this was not the way to do it. This was not the way. You should not have gotten back at your dietitian, a lady in your comment that meant well. You should not have gotten back at her in this form and fashion.
Due to the hate that they have seen me get. Now I'm getting comments, people saying those were invisible friends. I'm sure Becky was on the other side of the table and just handed her the gift. They weren't even hanging out with anyone. And I'm just over here like, no, there's some people who don't want to be on camera. That's just how life is gonna go. And it sucks for a vlogger, of course.
But you didn't care when you were with Destiny. You put everybody on camera. Didn't matter what you were doing either.
But I respect that. And I don't want to lose friends due to horrible things that people say. I've lost a dietitian because of horrible comments because I can't figure it out. I went through the texts.
Yeah, it's all your audience's fault, Amberlynn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's your audience's fault, 100%. It's not yours.
Over and over and over and over and over and over, trying to figure out, did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? I don't know what I did wrong. I'm just like completely like flabbergasted by the whole thing because she was so kind and she reached out to me, and all of a sudden I was sharing with YouTube what she said I could do, the information that she was giving me, and people in the comments were just like spitting bile and poison, and it was like, ugh. Like the things that people were saying, calling me a liar, saying that my dietitian was an idiot, and just like all these horrible things. I'm sure she didn't want to continue helping me. And I just think it's unfair as well. As much as I respected her,
you didn't respect her whatsoever at all because you kept questioning everything she had to say. There was no respect in that conversation at all.
I just think it's unfair that she didn't message me and say maybe this isn't a good fit or something, but instead she blocked me. And I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about this video, but I'm just like, I really wanted to share it with you guys because I was following what she was telling me to do, and now I just feel like, screw it. I just feel kind of defeated in a way. I'm completely shocked, and I don't know. It's really weird to me. I don't understand what happened.
Because you cannot take accountability for absolutely anything you do.
You guys have to watch what you say. I've seen so many people who are just like, I wish Becky and Ricky and Eric will just leave Amberlynn so she can be alone. There's people out there who want to see me miserable and want to see me alone. And honestly, sometimes you're gonna win.
No, ma'am. No, get this straight. If you were alone and nobody was there to take care of you, then you would have to get up off your own bottom and take care of yourself. That's the point of all of it.
But sometimes you aren't, and in this case, you have one. I no longer have a dietitian. Woo! Yay! Everyone was right. Amberlynn doesn't have a dietitian. Sorry, I'm just like, I don't know.
You're being a smart donkey butt is what you're doing, and it ain't getting you nowhere in life.
It sucks. It's whatever. I think maybe I should just go to one in person, truly try to find one, because like I said, I was trying to find one and I couldn't. Maybe I can just go to cities or towns that are farther away from me. I don't really know. I don't know. It's just unfair that people have to be so mean in the comments to create so much like weird vibes towards certain people. And
if you were losing weight and making good choices, nobody would have called you out. You chose to do that Burger King mukbang.
It's frustrating for sure. I'm sure there's gonna be so many haters out there who are like, Amberlynn, this was your fault. You were too needy.
Yep, you were. You knew 100%, and you know 100% that that's what the problem was because the words came out of your mouth.
Bish, like that's what it is. Like she was a 24/7 like dietitian, and I was just like messaging her as she messages me, and I was just like, you know, I need help. Like, this is the truth, and I want you to answer the questions that I don't know the answers to, or that I think I know the answers to.
I want. She is so dagblame selfish.
She never once told me I messaged her too much or vice versa. Like, it was very just like an easy flowing conversation. And she sent me large, huge paragraphs. So I feel like if I was annoying her or anything, she wouldn't have done that. But then the minute like the YouTube comments started, she completely wanted nothing to do with me. And it makes me sad for her because it's like maybe she's hurting from said comments, but
you're over here on the internet, you're on YouTube with however many thousands of followers you have, and you're just outing her. That's all you're doing, is you're just sticking it to her at this point.
what about me? You kind of just left me in the dark. I'm just over here like, what? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's not going to be a vlog for today, obviously, because it's just me talking for
Amberlynn, that's your normal
vlogs.
It's your normal vlogs. What the crap are you talking about? This is a vlog.
This is my Vlogmas for today. I'm just very upset with it, and I don't know. I don't know what to do about it besides find another dietitian. Instead of having one come to me, I'm gonna find one myself and just try a little bit harder than I did last time. But anyways, I don't know. That's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, I guess. I don't know. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's Vlogmas. Bye.
Bye, Amberlynn. Okay, so there we go. We started at the beginning, and we were with the mukbang, that it was okay that the dietitian said that she could go ahead and film and there would not be a problem, right? So we're there, and then she takes us over into another conversation of, oh, we're going to put the dietitian at the very end. That's why her titles, I say they're clickbait all the time, or she'll put it at the very end because that means you have to watch from the beginning to the end to get the information you want to get. Now, this last one that she did, she named it accordingly and she talked about it accordingly, but the problem with that is she didn't do it out of kindness. She did it out of meanness, hostility. She was downright selfish, knew what she was doing wrong, knew that she was bothering this person, knew what was going to happen to this person, but yet she put him on blast anyways. That's a way to treat somebody, right? That's the way to treat somebody when they're trying to help you. That's why you're not supposed to try to help Miss Amberlynn. Don't ever try to help her, because she's just going to make it worse. Anyways, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this, and remember to smile today, or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. Yeah, so hopefully I made you smile just a little bit. Hopefully I entertained you just a little bit, even if it was white noise in the back to you. Hey, I was there, but that's what I try to do over here, is bring y'all something a little new to some of my new viewers so that they get an idea of how she was back then, because she's the same way today. Alright guys, y'all make sure you have a good one for me. Bye!